What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope out on a blessed Sunday for watching this. And before I get started in this review for NXT's Vengeance Day, just gotta do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel, to the followers of Rumble. Now at 361 if I'm not mistaken, so thank you to whoever subbed. Truly appreciate it. I'm at 98 on Rumble. Slowly but surely, because the gains don't stop. And I am behind again, and I'll make some adjustments this week. Alright, I will drop the GCW. I think NWA had another show, if I'm not mistaken, this week. If not, that's okay. But yeah, some of the videos that I was supposed to do this week, I'll upload to next week. Like Raw, I could skip out on. I've seen the views that's just been getting. That ain't it. So Raw could take a break. I'm fine with. I don't want to cover the shit in the first place, but I do it for you guys. Alright, so with GCW, a New Japan show where Hiroki Goto won the belt, so all that shit's gonna drop this week. Alright, but without further ado, let's get into it. Now, how do we start this PLE pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it? Well, I'll tell you. We see random wrestlers walking into the building as they always fucking do, man. I can't stand this shit, man. I fucking hate it. But first we see the ruler of NXT, Obafemi, and we see A-Town Down Under, Grayson Waller reading Inner Excellence. And Austin Theory is like, what the fuck are you doing, man? I'm like, why are you reading that shit? Alright, excellence. Okay. Then we see Triple B, Big Booty Bailey. You know, I haven't seen the Celebrity All-Star game. I don't know if it's this weekend or next weekend. I'm not sure. But then we see Roxanne, who people are saying this is her last match here in NXT, where she officially moves up to Raw, because I know she has a match against Raquel Rodriguez on Monday. Alright, so shit, man. But yeah, I don't know. I might skip that. Like I said, I might skip Raw, man. I'll have to see, man. Then we see Cora Jade as well, and Julia. Alright, they're all checking out the monuments at Washington, D.C. That leads us to the first match. Alright, we have the Chilean dime piece, Nina Applebaum herself, Stephanie Vaquer, and we say, yeah, Fakir, I don't fucking know. One and two. Alright, in the crowd we see Heyman Parker, Jada Parker, like, looking like she's a fan, and I don't know why they do this shit. Why is Jada Parker out there like she's a fucking wrestling fan? Is she a wrestler or a wrestling fan? Make a choice. If she's invested in the match, cool. Then have her, like, watch the fucking match on a big-ass monitor backstage. Why the fuck does she need to be in the crowd like she's just, like, a regular fan, you know, to watch this shit? Or, better yet, why can't she be on commentary? I don't know. I don't know the answers to these questions, man. And we see the reigning, defending, undisputed Women's North American Champion, that is Fallon Henley, her sexy ass, along with Fatal Influence. And this is essentially a 3v1. Oh, and while Fatal Influence was making her entrance, we see Kalani Jordan and Carmen Petrovic in the audience as well, like they're wrestling fans. I'm just like, why? Like, well, I guess they need more asses and seats to make it seem like oh, the arena sold out, I guess. What's the point? Why the fuck are they out there? I don't understand. I don't understand the logic in it. Alright, but this was a great opening match. I enjoyed it. We've seen chain wrestling from these two ladies. They're both going technical. There was constant interference from, well, mainly JC Jane from Fatal Influence. But despite all the odds, right, we see Stephanie hits the, what she calls it, the SPB, where the fuck that shit's called, package backbreaker, then hits a spiral tap. Out of nowhere. Just casually hits it clean as fuck. 1, 2, 3, and no! Women's North American Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. Alright, crowd popped, and crowd was, like, unanimously behind Stephanie here. They're like, Stephanie, Stephanie, or let's go Steph, let's go Steph, let's go Steph. So if I'm not mistaken, she is officially the first South American born wrestler to win a WWE championship of any kind here in the WWE. So big ups to Stephanie. I've already seen this shit coming, because you can tell they are unanimously behind her. Alright, and as they should be. Right, the only thing that she's lacking is a good theme song. Her shit's garbage right now, and her promos, which she'll get better, over time. You know what I mean? And that's it. I mean, she can clearly go in the fucking ring. I mean, she did her thing in Lucha Libre, CMLL for years. All right, she's good. Right, very good. In fact, one of the best workers in the company right now. So yeah, and big ups to Fallon Henley. She was a good mid-card champion. Didn't have the belt too long, but it is what it is. She could go after the NXT Women's Championship, or I care. You know what I mean? If they're not going to call her up anytime soon, have her do that. Or they're going to eventually break up Fatal Influence anyway. So, no, there's plenty of shit that Fallon Henley can do. She'll be alright. No, she's not a good talent that they have in the women's division. And it's crazy. This pay-per-view pretty much exemplifies how much better the women's roster is to the men's. Right? It's not even close. But yeah, that's all that happened here, so we move on. Next, we see a TikTok or an Instagram footage of Soruka and Zarya. This shit reminded me of, you've ever seen the show Robin Big?
Oh, shit.
What's up?
What the fuck, man? What's going down?
Rest in peace to Big, back in what was that, 06, 07, around that range. She's my best friend. Din, 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 din. She's my best friend. Oh my God. I miss that show. That show made me a fan of, what was his name? Rob Deerdrak, whatever his name is. Yeah. Rest in peace to Big, man. That sucks. Passed way too soon. But in this video package, it's just them trying to bond with each other. Even though, 2 weeks later, it's gonna be Zarya turning on Soruka anyway. But no, they're playing volleyball, and Soruka was showing off all that ass back there, and Zarya looking annoyed, trying to do handstands and skateboard and all that bullshit. She was goofy, but I like it. You know what I mean? I'll never knock them trying to tell a story, outside the fucking building. You know what I mean? They're going to a park or a museum or a cafe. Shit that they used to do. On Raw, it's just Mean Gene position, backstage, grill position, on the ramp, in the ring. Sometimes in a locker room, maybe. Some random lobby. That's it. That's all you fucking do, man. It's just the bare minimums. No creativity, no energy, no soul. At all. Right? And I want to go on a tangent here and I digress. Raw fucking sucks. It will continue to suck until the powers that be change hands. But next, we see Eddie Thorpe backstage getting ready for his match. We see Mr. Whoop That Trick Williams. He visited Lexus King's barber to get right for this match tonight. And then we move on to the next match, and that is for the NXT Tag Team titles. We see Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura, right? Who again, and he got himself some chance. They were Inamura, and I didn't know he was actually a sumo wrestler. Because I was making a joke that he was E Honda in Street Fighter. I'm he actually is a sumo wrestler. Commentary said, so I'm oh, okay. I know sumo wrestlers are usually larger than Inamura, but Inamura is not a small man himself, so it makes sense. Fair enough. Right, and they're going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT Tag Team Champions, Fraxium. Right, and this was also a good match. Right, Fraxium, one of the best tag teams on the planet, right here today. They've been doing their thing as champions in NXT. And then, honestly, I wanted Briggs and Inamura to win, because I'm they got to get Briggs something. They keep saying oh, you're so underrated. You have so much potential, Briggs. You're only 31 years old, Briggs. And I know he was NXT UK, the tag team champions with Brooks Jensen, but they failed to do so on NXT. All right. Now, maybe with a new partner, will he reach that top of the mountain, that brass ring as tag team champions? but we shall see. We fast forward to the finish, and I'm not going to break down these matches because I'm behind once again. Alright, so it is what it is. I'm sorry, but like, these matches were on point tonight for the most part. Just some of the outcomes were questionable, right? Especially, but I'll get to that here in a bit. With fast forward, Axiom hits the pretty much like a springboard moonsault to Josh Briggs on the outside. They hurry back into the ring. They hit the high-low finisher to Inamura. 1, 2, 3, and still the NXT Tag Team Champions for Axiom. Then after the match, we see Nexus 2.0 coming out and attacking everybody. I'm like, the crowd was like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I was saying the same shit. I was like, who the fuck are these jobbers? Right, and then I was like, oh shit, that's Lucky Ali from DPW. Shout out to Deadlock. Alright, big ups to him. I think he's going by, was it Saquon Sugars or some shit? That's a ghetto ass name. Right? Who came up with that shit? Well, Lucky Ali was just fine, but you know what WWE is. You know, they gotta put their own spin on it. You know, it's the same people that gave Apollo Crews his name. They thought Apollo Crews was cooking. Haven't done fuck all of them the entire time here. Damn shame. Same with what was his name? ACH. No, with that, I don't want to get into that, but yeah, it was good to see Lucky Ali here. And the other guys was Dion Lennox. I recognize him. You know, he's like, I guess he's been doing his thing in the Performance Center. I guess all these guys were down in the Performance Center. That's for what they were saying. And the other two, one looks like more jacked version of Daniel Garcia. The other dude looks like that one wrestler from Gates of Agony and AEW. So yeah, but they pretty much lay out everybody in the ring. So what we're witnessing is essentially Nexus 2.0 or Retribution 2.0. Hopefully they don't fuck it up this time, right? When we move on, we get a promo from Channing Stacks Lorenzo. He says, "Can you believe it? Spears and his fucking goons get the jump on us? And Lord forgive me, I promise my mom I'll be a better man this year, but that Izzy fucking Dame, betrayed the family. Man, I never trusted that broad from day one. But the doc says that the Don is banged up. Now I haven't talked to him yet, but this one's on me, right? There's only one family here in NXT. Now, Spears and his lackeys think that they could take over? Nah, it ain't happening. I'm not gonna let that happen. So next week, I take the head off the snake once and for all. No, you want this to be war? Well, payback is gonna be a bitch." And come to find out, this dude's been talking to himself the entire time. Like, whoa. Like, well, where's Luca? Well, Luca should be there. I'm like, where the fuck's he at? Right, man, I guess he's at the hospital with the Don. You know what I'm saying? With, Adriana Rizzo, obviously, who got choked Sam to hell. I'm like, is this man hallucinating? I mean, like, this man's tripping right now, tweaking, as some of the kids say these days. But yeah, it should be interesting to see the D'Angelo family versus Spears' new cult, right? Or what do you want to call it? Moving on, we see the young OG, Javon Evans, backstage, and the shirt that he's wearing is merch. He looks like Juice WRLD. I'm not gonna lie, but rest in peace to him. But yeah, you see Mr. All Ego, Ethan Page, getting ready for his match as well. We're about to come up after this match, which we see Eddie Thorpe. Now, and the crowd unanimously were like, "Fuck you, Eddie. Fuck you, Eddie," because he's going up against. Real quick, he did make a good point, because during the video package, he was like, "All I see is just a manufactured superstar," which he's not wrong. Right? He's not wrong in saying that, because let's be honest, right? It was Trick. He's the reason that Carmelo Hayes got over in NXT, and the only reason Trick got over in NXT because of his theme song and Booker T doing the ad-libs at the "What? Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man, that's Trick Williams." Right? That's the only fucking reason. Like, I promise you, that Trick did not have that fucking theme song, he would not be as over. Right? Like, you can make the argument he wouldn't be over at all, which I think that's a little harsh, but he damn sure would not be over to where he is like right now. My main takeaway from this match was I want to see Trick Williams win, right? Because it's Black History Month, and I wanted to see him give Eddie Thorpe that 12 years to stay treatment. Especially like a couple weeks ago when Eddie Thorpe went crazy, busting out the leather strap and whooping this man like he owed him money. You know what I mean? So I want to see Trick get retribution for those heinous actions at the hands of Eddie Thorpe. Now, I'm going to fast forward. He does get his licks in, right? He does whip the shit out of him several times with the leather strap, right? And the match itself was decent. You know, some of the moves look botchy, like the knee strikes and shit like that. But fast forward to the finish. Eddie Thorpe uses the strap to low blow. Trick Williams then hits a shitty but psycho knee. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Thorpe goes over. I can't. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy.
Ain't no way. Man, but yeah, like just like T-Pain out here, where some dude that looks like T-Pain, he's like, what the fuck? Hey, I had the same reaction. I'm like, ain't no fucking way. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be shitting me. And now Eddie Thorpe goes over. This is one of his biggest wins in his fucking NXT career so far. So even so, I still don't see him going over on Obafemi. Right, as far as Trick Williams, yeah, he's cooked. It ain't looking good for Trick.
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
You don't want him going up to the main roster because look at Carmelo Hayes. All I keep hearing is like he keeps treated like a complete and absolute jobber on SmackDown. Like same with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Just look at what the fuck they're doing with the New Day on Raw. They're jobbers as well. So any of the black male talent on the main roster were fucking jobbers. Alright? So I don't want that for Trick Williams. And here he is jobbing out to fucking Eddie Thorpe, who's a jobber himself. So it's like, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, what do you do with Trick Williams here and now? Right? Because I don't know. Like, send him to Evolve next month? I don't know, man. I really don't. But moving on, we get a promo video package for Mr. Absolute, the Pebble, Ricky Maivia. He says that you're looking at the hottest free agent in pro wrestling today, and that I'll be sitting at home watching Vengeance Day, on Peacock. But don't worry, the Revolution will be televised this Tuesday because I'm coming to NXT to say my piece. And that's all he pretty much said here. So we move on to the next match, and that's Stunt Confident, Salt Ego, Mr. Ethan Page. And he's going up against the young OG, Javon Evans, who ain't playing here tonight. Right, he's pissed off, as he should be. Like, this was good shit, great shit from Javon here tonight. And I appreciated the fact that Javon was pissed off here. And I get he's a babyface, but I'm like, if a man breaks your fucking jaw, best believe it's going to be on site the next time you see that individual. You understand? Like, he's more pissed off than what Trick Williams should have been during his match against Eddie Thorpe. No, and like, yeah, I get you're a babyface, bro, but I'm like, this dude whipped you on fucking Black History Month. Fuck all that. Fuck your entrance. You need to whoop this dude's ass. You need to whoop that Trick. And he failed to do so, which is bullshit. Alright? Now, here going into this match, I had Ethan Page going over because I thought Trick Williams was going to go over against his match. Boy, oh boy. Was I wrong? Like, honestly, the worst match was probably Eddie Thorpe versus Trick Williams. That was the weakest match on the card. Alright, this is one of the best matches here tonight. I enjoyed the storytelling here. Like, fast forward, we see Javon talking his shit to Ethan Page here. He's like, oh, you thought shit was sweet, huh? And then just before he's about to American History X his ass, he gets out the way, wedges his fucking ankle into the steel steps, does a drop kick. And then from this point on, like, I shit you not, Javon was selling that, I think it was his left ankle, pretty sure. But for the rest of the match, this man was limping his ass off, right? Selling the fact that his ankle was fucked up, not to mention that his jaw's still fucked up as well. Alright, so this man's all banged up, but he's still going out there doing his thing. Fast forward, we see Javon, he gets a little bit of vengeance back by doing a Bruce Lee stomp to Ethan Page here, right? But fast forward to the finish. Javon trying to go for the springboard cutter. Then Ethan counters midair with a Crawford punch, punch him like he's Mike Tyson, knocks his man mouthpiece the fuck out. Then hits the twisted grin, which I thought he was just doing a diamond cutter, but no, it's a twist of fate he's been doing here. 1, 2, 3, Ethan Page goes over. Right, and the cameraman that they told Sean, Trips, whoever, he's like, hey, point out to a black fan quickly now, do it. We see the first black fan that they could, get their eyes on, and look on this brother's face. It says it all. I'm like, I feel the exact same way, my guy. Bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. We had 2 black Americans on Black History Month fucking lose on this pay-per-view. Garbage. Absolute fucking garbage. Now, I would have been fine if it's one or the other. You know what I mean? Like, I could accept that, But for both of them to fucking lose, Javon and Trick? Like, come on, man. Garbage. Garbage day booking.
Garbage day!
That's what the fuck that is. But we gotta move on. Right? We see the beautiful Sarah Schreiber talking to Stephanie Vakir backstage, the new Women's North American Champion. She says, I am the new Women's North American Champion. She said that she's not done yet because she has to watch the main event, see how shit plays out. And I'm like, the main event? I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. So you're telling me Obafemi, the reigning, defending NXT World Champion, can't even main event the fucking PLE? Just blatant disrespect for certain wrestlers here on this roster during Black History Month. He said, fuck you guys. We don't care. Right? Let that shit be known. That's what the fuck they're saying. Like, they're saying it without saying it. Read between the lines. We see A-Town down under. They're getting ready to make their entrances. We see Grayson Waller back there. And keep your eyes on him, because this dude's been plotting on this nigga Austin Theory the entire night, trying to figure out, how am I going to fuck this dude over? Alright, how am I going to become the next NXT World Champion? Like, fuck Austin Theory. That's what he's saying to himself. Right? They're making their entrances. And then we see the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT World Champion, the ruler, Obafemi. Now, this was probably match of the night if I had to pick one, because the crowd was completely into it. Alright. Now, they do the whole Tower of Doom spot, and I will forever hate this spot. It doesn't matter if it's a triple threat, fatal 4-way, 5-man, 6-man, 8-man, 10-man. I will forever hate this fucking spot. Right? Just how silly and goofy it looks. We fast forward, see Grayson Waller hits the fadeaway elbow to Oba through a table. See Austin, he was checking on his boy. He's like, good, you right? He sees Obafemi was down, so he's like, fuck him, take advantage, tries to pin him. Oba powers out. Grayson was like, what the fuck was that? Like, really? Really, bro? So they're arguing. Oba takes out Waller. He gets a spine on the pine to the Austin Theory here. Hell of a spine buster. Fast forward, we see Oba does like a release back suplex to Grayson, completely destroying the announce table. We fast forward, we see Oba, he's on his Akuma shit, punches a steel chair, tries to lift Austin Theory up for a powerbomb, but Austin encounters it into a DDT. It's the ATL. Was gonna go for a pin, and I don't like this spot right here because they were telling the story that if Grayson Waller didn't gank out the referee, we would have seen a new NXT World Champion, which is bullshit because Oba should not be losing that belt anytime soon. Alright, that's one of the best talents that you have here in this fucking company. Protect him. Protect him like you protected fucking Gunther as the Intercontinental Champion. For fuck's sake. That's a bare minimum you can fucking do. They were arguing again, and that's pretty much the story of this match. Was, can Austin Theory and Grayson Waller coexist, even though they're fighting for the same title? And then clearly they can't. Alright, they tried, but it didn't work. Alright, like at one point Waller was like, lay down, just lay down. And Theory was like, the fuck? You lay down, motherfucker. Like, fuck you think this is? It's got me fucked up. Waller was trying to tell Theory, like, hey, look behind you, motherfucker, hot damn. He runs into a release like spinning back suplex from Oba. He tries to set him up for a pop-up powerbomb, but Oba, who has eyes at the back of his head, moves out the way just before we see Grayson Waller hitting that rolling stunner of his, and we see Austin Theory selling it like he's The Rock in the year 2000. Alright, we fast forward, we see Oba hits a pop-up powerbomb to Grayson Waller, 1, 2, 3, and still the NXT World Champion, the ruler, Oba Femi. Now, the only thing I didn't like about the match was how vulnerable Oba looked at one point, where he almost lost the belt if it wasn't for Grayson Waller. But other than that, the match delivered. It was on point. You know what I mean? The crowd enjoyed it. So, and the right man won. Obviously, I said Oba was going to retain here, and he did. After the match, we see Retribution 2.0. They come out, jump this man, hit a quadruple powerbomb to Oba Femi, laying his ass out. And I was laughing my ass off when I see Lucky Ali. His mask kept coming off. He kept fucking around with his mask. And this is it, the retribution of Nexus here in NXT. Alright, we'll see where things go with these guys. Yeah, we go backstage with Ava Raine, and she's saying some shit, and I don't know. To be honest, I didn't really give a fuck what the fuck she was saying. And I know a lot of people have been shitting on her. You know, the only reason she's in the spot she's in because of nepotism, which is 110% correct. Right? Because she's been wrestling for years now. She's absolute dog shit in the ring. Hardly has any charisma, but she's not the worst. Like, I'll take her over fucking the anonymous GM. Like, that was the dark ages, right? Like, there's been anything worse than that. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, even as trash as Adam Pearce can be, you know, the anonymous GM was the worst GM of all time because it was a fucking laptop. Just a random Dell or a Mac laptop. It was a fucking GM on Raw. That was garbage. Absolute fucking garbage. Right, but then we see the gorgeous Ariana Grace, who I see people, you know, they're talking shit about Ariana, saying like, when's she gonna wrestle? Well, that's a good question, but hey, I don't really care. All I know is that I'm happy to see her ass on my TV screen any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Understand? And then we see Santi Morella. He comes in. He's like, oh, I know you, Ava. We met before when you were young. But now, like, oh my God, you're all big now, and now you're in a position of authority, like myself. So I look forward to doing business with you. So yeah, I don't know exactly what they have planned. And Santino did get a pop as well. They're like, Santino. And as he should, because he's hilarious. Alright, but that's pretty much what happened here. Now we move on to the main event.
Well, it looks like the fight's already started. It's time for the main event.
Right, and it's for the NXT Women's World Championship. Right, we have Roxanne coming out, and this is her last match here in NXT. For what I've been told, we see Cora Jade coming out, acting like they have beef between the two. It's like, come on, man, you two are fucking besties. You're fucking the same dude in CM Punk. You ain't fooling me. We then see the Triple B, Big Booty Bailey coming out for her entrance, and then we see the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT Women's World Champion. Oh yeah, the cream of the crop rises to the top. We got the beautiful madness, yeah, Julia. And I understand the criticism towards Julia here in NXT. People are saying that, oh, she sucks, or that she's Io Sky 2.0, and that she's overrated, overhyped. And I get it, because this is not the same Julia that we got in Stardom. Over there, her run was excellent. Superb. She was styling on them hoes every fucking week with that banger fucking theme song, and then going out there putting on banger matches as well. We are not getting that same Julia here in NXT. Now, she does look like she's part of the fucking Kabuki Warriors, and I don't know, like, because WWE, they always got to put their fucking spin on it. You know, she has to have a signature look that they have to market. The thing with Julia is that she always had like different looks, you know, each show. Like, this, and it was always on some stylish shit, you know what I mean? Like, the charisma was outstanding in Stardom from Julia. Like, she was her. Make no mistake about it. She was the face of Stardom for years over there, and for good reason. Now, that's why they fucking signed her in the first place. It's just now they completely watered her down to this generic NPC ass theme song and this fucking Kabuki Warrior gimmick that she's doing right now. And it sucks. Right? It fucking sucks. Not to mention that her English isn't all that good. So yeah, it's an uphill battle for Julia from here on out, but she has my support, and I wish her the best of luck here in NXT, and eventually when she gets called up to the main roster. God help her. That's all I can say. But yeah, I'll get the Fatal 4-Way. And it was solid, or it was predictable, because I mean, look at these four. Right, Roxanne's on her way up. Cora Jade sure as a fuck ain't winning here tonight. And Bayley doesn't need it, so Julia is the obvious winner here. So you fast forward, they do the Tower of Doom spot here in this match as well. Fucking hated every minute of it, and the crowd would chant, "This is awesome, this is awesome." No, it's not. Right? No, it isn't. But we fast forward to the finish. You see Roxanne hits a pop rocks on Bayley on the outside, hits it again in the middle of the ring, tries to go for the pin. You see Cora Jade breaks it up, does a crucifix pin. Roxanne kicks out of 2, hits the JDDT, tries to pin her ass again. Julia comes out of nowhere, hits the Arrivederci knee to Cora Jade, lays her ass out, hits the Arrivederci knee to Roxanne. Roxanne hits the Northern Lights bomb. 1, 2, 3, and still the NXT Women's World Champion, Julia. After the match, we see the Chilean dime piece, the sexy goat demon, Bonita Applebum said, "You gotta put me on." Stephanie Van Kier coming out. They're raising both their titles. Here are your women's champions here in NXT. Here are 2 reasons why NXT has the best women's division here on the planet. And then we hear the sirens going off. Holler if you're here, May. I know, but you see Jordan Grace coming out, and you're thinking to yourself, well, why is she not on the main roster? I don't understand. She's a former, was she like a 3, almost 4-time Knockouts World Champion? You would think, and she could cut a fucking promo. I mean, it ain't the best, but I mean, she could cut a promo, like better than these 2. Why is she not on the main roster? I don't know. Right? I got no fucking clue. Right, but I guess they're telling a story that here is a possible next contender for either Julia or Stephanie's titles. So yeah, and that's it for Vengeance Day. So overall, I give the show a mid out of 10. Right, because that's some fuck shit to have Javon Evans and Trick Williams lose on Black History Month. Fuck that shit. Other than that, the matches were good for the most part. So yeah, now I want to hear from you guys. You know, how you guys felt about this pay-per-view, or was your favorite match? You know, if there's anything that pissed you off, put that shit in the comment section. Like if you like, hate if you hate. It's all the same to me. I just want to see the engagement and the feedback from you guys. As far as the next video, it'll be the AEW's Grand Slam review. Got some things to say about that show. And yeah, you know, I'll go from there. I don't know about Raw tomorrow. I don't know. I still got to do GCW. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. So I'm going to try to get that out tomorrow. This is shit keeps popping up. Then I got to do New Japan show as well. I think it's like New Beginnings. So yeah, a bunch of shit I got to do. But it's not for you guys' time. So with that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you, yours, your loved ones. Stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty. But most importantly, trust in God. I'm out of here. And until next time, adios.